Welcome to 20 Minutes Underground, your weekly online YouTube reptile show. For reptile enthusiasts just like you, that's why you're all here. I'm fresh out the bush. This is how you all see me when I'm in the bush, right? And it's baby season, it's summer. Baby tegus, baby snakes, baby lizards of all kinds, babies. You guys are gonna love this show. Baby anything is cute. You can get a baby maggot and it's cute. Almost. Show us a picture of your babies that you're producing, and we want to purchase them or just rejoice with you that you got them. Send us a picture. We'll post it on our show. 3 best pictures of their babies that they've produced. Free t-shirts. Thanks you all for watching. Did I say y'all enough yet? I'm turning southern. Even though I'm from New York, I'm going southern on y'all. Whoosh.
Hello, welcome to 20 Minutes Underground, our online YouTube show for enthusiasts like Noah. Anyway, this week's question of the week is, what amphibian survives the winter by freezing itself? Is it A, the oxalotl? Is it B, the wood frog? Or is it C, the spade-foot toad?
Hey guys, Ryan B here. This week we're talking about babies. Want to take opportunity to talk to you a little bit about how to set up your newborn hatchlings. Now right here I've got a baby Leachianus. This is one of our new Anas that we hatched out here, as you can see there. I'm going to go over just how to set these guys up when they first hatch out, but keep in mind too that you could use this same setup for the most part for other geckos like gargoyles, cressids, chihuahuas, saracenorums, a lot of those New Caledonia geckos. Depending on how you're set up and how you choose to do this, you got a couple options. One, prettiest and always the nicest way to go, 12 by 12 cube. Nice little glass aquarium. You can also do a 10 gallon tank will work just fine. Main things you want to keep in mind, set up at the bottom level. You could do a paper towel, or you could do sphagnum moss. I don't always like doing sphagnum moss with babies right away because they have a tendency to ingest the substrate, especially if it's really fine and if you're throwing live feeders in there. So it's always a good idea at the beginning, especially when you're waiting for them to get that first shed off, which normally takes like a day or two to come off, to set them up on some paper towels. Put in some nice branching, some foliage, things for them to hide in so that they don't get stressed out. All right, once you got your animal set up, you got the sphagnum moss at the bottom or the moist paper towel, you got your branches, your foliage, all that fun stuff. Now you got to think about food. What you ideally want to do is within 48 hours, I recommend setting up its first plate of food. That could be the crested gecko diet or some other brand that you choose to use or formula that you make up, whatever the case is. Put it in there, nice shallow dish. You don't want it too high that the animal can't get into. Sometimes I even use like a baby food lid, just something real flat, real shallow the animal can get access to immediately. Throwing in some live insects within a week or 2 weeks even of having them is also a good idea, especially if you want them to feed on live insects. I like getting my geckos on live insects at least a couple times a week. Helps keep a good body weight. Also a good way to introduce calcium and vitamins when you dust them properly. Besides the Exoterra 12 by 12 cube, if that's what you choose to use, or a 10 gallon tank, I also, for convenience purposes, besides using the racks, I got 26 quart racks that I'll sometimes set my babies up in. Also, these like breeder box type things work really well. Again, if you're just setting them up for that initial shed and feeding, you could use something temporary like a breeding box, especially if it's an animal like a New Caledonia gecko, which doesn't require UVB or heat sources on them and want to be kept cool. Again, make sure that your room temperature doesn't get above 80 degrees. It's not an ideal setup for these guys. These guys are generally really hardy, so it's tough to mess up on them, but you still want to make sure that you've got your setup proper for the animal. Now, common health issues with New Caledonia geckos or any baby geckos, things you want to definitely make sure is that they're getting the proper calcium. They're getting enough D3 if they require it. It's always very important. Now you can notice if you look here, this is a baby Leachianus hatchling, as we said before. Look here on the tail. You see how it kind of squiggles a little bit? Nothing to worry about. Sometimes these guys are born and their calcium is a little bit low, and that's a sign that that's what's going on there. So you just want to make sure that in its diet you're giving them plenty of calcium. Dust your crickets with calcium D3, give them a good multivitamin, and that straightens out no problem as they get older. Also, making sure that the skin isn't real wrinkled. You want to make sure that they're getting plenty of humidity inside their enclosure and that they're drinking well. These are all things to keep a good eye out for. One of the tricks that I use to keep my geckos hydrated is in the mixture of crested gecko diet or whatever you're using, I add Pedialyte. That also helps them get the electrolytes they need and also helps them to stay hydrated. So just a little tip for when you guys set up your geckos or you're thinking about, breeding them in the future. Awesome animals again, but know what you're getting into. So here he is, little baby Leachianus gecko. We do have them available here at Underground Reptiles. Happy to go over care with them. Our crested geckos, our gargoyle geckos, any of the New Caledonia geckos, leopard geckos, you name it. There they are. Adorable. Look at him. Meh. Meh. Mama.
Hello, people out there in reptile amphibian land. I'm telling you about babies. I'm not a baby, I'm like 120, but this frog is probably about maybe a couple of months old. Shut up! Anyway, this is about baby animals, baby frogs. Baby frogs have to be fed quite... Yeah, he's talking about baby turtles. I'm talking about baby frogs. This thing eats little crickets right now. You have to feed them more often because as a baby, they have to grow, okay? Growing is a baby. Old people, let them die. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that. This frog has to be fed a lot. Care is very moist. Look how this is, look at that, see? The moisture is important because they dry out if you don't give them moisture. When they're born, actually as a tadpole, did you see that? That was cute. They turn into a frog very quickly because where they live, they have to transform very quickly and feed and get out of the water and start to grow, or else they're going to get eaten by their brothers and sisters. So the baby animals have to really be a watch out for each other. And of course the parents eat them too. I ate my kids, and I'm not ashamed at all. So this frog will get huge. Right now, like I said, it's about maybe an inch, 2 inches, not even. It's got to be kept moist. It's got to be fed a lot. Whoa, did you see that? Basically, this frog, the more you give it the care, the better they are. It's a feisty little guy. These guys get like almost the size of a football. That's big. I mean, come on. That's a big frog. This thing can bench press 350 when it's that size. It's a tough customer. It's the African bullfrog. Okay? They don't look like this when they get bigger. As they grow, they get a dark green color with yellow underneath. And the males have that boom, boom, boom. They bellow. I like that. Females are actually smaller in this frog species. Males are bigger. These frogs can live over 28 years. Not bad for a frog, huh? Like I said, maintenance for these guys are simple, easy maintenance. They're so simple that they don't do much. They bury all the time. That's all they do. But when he comes out and says, hello. So, if you're looking for a really cool little jewel to play with that gets big and jumps a lot, go for the pixie frog. Pixocephalus aspera. think that's how they pronounce it, yes. It's a very cool frog. And maintenance, like I said, moist, lots of food. Don't overfeed him, of course, because then he'll explode. You don't want frog spooge all over the place. So, minimum care, not a bad pet for somebody that has to go away a lot on their vacations. This frog is a survivor, all right? So there's one baby frog, chop one up for him, say goodnight to all. Good night, and sleep tight. Sign off.
Keeping up with the theme, babies, Kiki wanted to show you her baby blue-tongued skink. We just collected them, as you guys watch our other videos see. Now what's cool about a baby blue-tongued skink, unlike a lot of animals, but mostly like reptiles especially, they are complete duplicates in a smaller version of their parents, ready to be on their own for the rest of their life, ready to hunt, ready to eat, ready to do anything. Blue-tongued skinks, in my opinion, happen to be one of the best pets in the world. They're omnivores. They'll eat everything from good canned cat food to vegetables to crickets and mice and everything in between. Gorgeous animals. That cute blue tongue that they have in their mouth is always neat to look at. Stick your tongue out. Usually extremely docile. They only get about 18 inches. But there's something about these babies. They're so cute. Their eyes are a little bigger, their heads are a little larger. You like blue-tongued skinks?
Yes,
What's your favorite part about them?
I love them in the world.
You like what?
I like them so much.
What about them do you like?
I just like them.
Just like them? You gonna keep him as a pet? Does he ever bite you? No, he's a good boy?
Arden said he's nice,
Austin said he's nice.
but the mean one's not.
Mean one's not nice. Why don't you give him a kiss? I wanted you to give him a kiss, but I'll take a kiss always.
I kissed him when we were in the garage.
Oh, you already kissed him, so she doesn't want to double kiss. You can't double kiss, it's not good.
I kissed him right here.
Happens to be at Underground Reptiles. We're going to have a whole bunch of these things coming out as our females start to blow, as they say. Now that happens to be what's called a New Guinea blue tongue, Tegus skinkoides. We will have Tegus skinkoides intermedia coming up available, and we might even have Tegus geckos. You blue tongue nerds know what I'm talking about. We got it like that. Right now, the best way to set them up is in about a 20-gallon tank. About 2 times a week, you give them some high-grade feline diet. Maybe even some crickets for the phosphorus, dust them with vitamins. Need a UV light and a heat lamp if you live in a cold weather area especially. And they thrive. They do more than thrive. They grow so fast. This thing will double in size in less than 3 months. They'll be ready to breed in a year. They're amazing animals. Live bearers, by the way. I don't know if you guys knew that blue-tongued skinks are born alive. They're not egg layers, which means the eggs form in the belly of the mom. They literally hatch in the mom's belly. She digests them and the babies come forth. Did you know that? She knew that. Us. Come us. Not my most obedient daughter.
I don't talk too much.
Good evening, ladies and germs. I've got a really cool baby frog for you today. This is called the tomato frog. You say tomato, I say tomato. Why? Look at the color of it, like a tomato. It's a fairly good sized frog. You'll get about probably 5-6 inches. Yes, like that. Good chunky frog. They get reddish. Some stay kind of like a brownish, but this is a little Madagascan, beautiful native from Madagascar. It's a burrower. It lays about 15,000 eggs. No, moms, hear that? 15,000? That's why there's so many of these around. It's a very cool little frog. It eats insects, small invertebrates and stuff like that. Quite exquisite. Not really handable, but I'm holding it now just because to show you what it looks like. But really, that's more of a frog.
Man, that thing's cool.
That's right, it is
thing's
cool.
cool.
Yeah, so get out of here, boy. I'll get him one day. This frog has a really cool defense mechanism. It can glue its body to crazy glue mixed with marshmallow. Gooey, noxious for a snake or any animal that tries to grab it. This little frog will glue its body up so the animal gets a mouthful of glue and dirt and turds and everything underneath the sunset, but not get the frog in its mouth. And this will do it to actually humans too. I've had this stuff on me. It took turpentine to get it off, this glue. What's it made of? I don't know. Do you know? He doesn't know. He just does it. So, very cool little baby frog to raise. Actually, he was a lot smaller when we got him. He was that big. Look at him now. I like to make sure you vitamin dust your food for them because they need the calcium for their jumping power. As you can see, he jumps very well. Very cool frog, kept in a semi-moist setup. They like the water, but they don't soak totally if they just go by it. They like the moisture. So sitting by the water is like one of their fun things to do, the pastime. Out of that, they burrow and they wait for unsuspecting prey to come by and they suck it up. So the tomato frog, a very cool frog from Madagascar, quite colorful too. Look at that. Isn't he beautiful? And a nice, good terrarium inhabitant. It's good to mix with other frogs as long as they're the same size, and make sure the other frogs don't have toxins that can bother these guys, or vice versa. You got to be careful when you mix frogs together. But very cool little frog. I like him, and it's a good beginner frog as well too. Just like I said, handling, not really. Something to look at. Yeah, baby, that's the way to go. So. This is to you guys out there. Madagascar rules, okay? It rules. I like to move it, move it, move it. All right. I'm signing off now. I got to go back into my burrow and glue something. Good night.
Next thing I wanted to show you guys is some babies that we've just been hatching out for the last week or so. These are baby tegus. That is a baby giant tegu, otherwise known as a Chicoan whitehead. They come from an area in Paraguay and Venezuela. They call Chaco, but it is a Paraguayan black and white tegu. See, even when they're first out of the egg, they have that beautiful green head. Oh. Now they are an egg-laying animal, so they're born out of an egg. They have this cool little egg tooth at the end of its head. You could actually feel it until it falls off after the first few days. Look a bit.
The little one.
Yeah, let's get the little one for you.
It's so cute.
You want to hold him? Now, there's been some questions amongst the questioners about the difference between an Argentine and a Paraguayan, or like we call the Chicoan whitehead. Totally different animal. I'll have Drew put up pictures, one of the Argentine, one of the white. You want to put him back? Just hold him for me for a second. I want to put him up against one of these so people can see. Now these here happen to be the Argentine, the true Argentine black and white tegus. Notice how not only a little bigger, the green on the end of the head is much richer. And look, give me that baby. Look how much lighter the animal is in color. Look how darker the bands are on this as opposed to this. Much larger animal. And that's not just because he's a runt. It's not a runty animal. They're just born a lot larger. Now some people really like them because they're smaller. Some people really like the other ones because they're a little larger. But they are a different animal. If you're looking for the animal that's not on the market as much, it would be the Argentine black and white. Really, really beautiful animal. I hope you can get the richness of that color. Also, born with that little egg tooth. already right out of the egg, just like the blue-tongued skinks when they're born. Right out of the egg, they're ready to go live on their own, survive on their own, eat on their own. Even at this age, they are what's called carry-on eaters. They'll eat any kind of dead carcass, any kind of meat. We like to cut up chicken hearts a couple of times a week. They'll also eat little tiny pink mice. They'll also eat crickets and worms, and they happen to love those hornworms. They chew them up and get that gunk everywhere. Beautiful animals, make great pets, calm down really well. They do go through an awkward stage about 15 to 18 months where they're just super food aggressive, but they come out of that stage. And look at the amazing, now I wish I could show you a bunch of them lined up next to each other, but look at the bands on their tail. They're so ornate, and everyone is unique. Everyone has a different number of bands. Everyone has different. Some are grouped together, some look like they're bleeding up, some look like they're bleeding down, some of them are broken and crossed. Same thing as the black spots on the back of the neck. They're just amazing. Now, I just noticed that, but doesn't that look like a person? Look at that, 2 eyes, a nose, and a mouth. Isn't that cool? I mean, if you're like me and you look at these animals, you're just blown away by them. They're so much fun to look at, so much fun to work with, and they're just amazing animals. I can stare at them day and night. Now, coming later on, over the course of the next month, we're going to have blue tegus, we're going to have albino tegus, we're going to have red tegus. So if you're a tegu fan and you're waiting for a different kind of tegu, don't rush. We got plenty coming, and we're always working on new morphs and new colors. We also have those bruiser tegus coming up in about a month. Those black and white and blue crosses. That's it. Us.
What's up, you YouTube losers? It's your pal Moody Friggin' Booty, here to give you your free crap for doing absolutely nothing except contributing to the moral decline of our country. Congratulations. You're winners, I guess. Anyways, this week you'll be getting those THG egg trays for free because I got a crap ton of them sitting in the warehouse. If you want to buy some extra ones, please do it, because somebody ordered a lot of them. I gotta give them away for free. I hate giving away free stuff, but it's kind of my job. I feel like you guys should be paying for this, in all honesty. I don't mean for the products, I mean for my presence and services. What do you think I'm worth? I think a lot. In fact, so much so that, as you can see, this is my new office. Welcome. This is in our new, beautiful office area at our new facilities. You'll probably be getting a tour at some point by the owner, one of the other knuckleheads that work here. Who cares? Anyways, time for me to do what I do, and that's give you guys the free crap. First up, Ryan Rentschler. Sounds like a horrible last name. He gave his tortoise, he called it Butt Crack the Tortoise, because evidently the shell had a small fracture, and then he lets us know he was 12. I don't know if he's 12 or the tortoise is 12, or I don't know. You know, if you were gonna call him Butt Crack, you could have also called him Ryan B's Chin. Ha ha! You ever seen that thing? Especially now that he grew hair over it. I guess he was trying to cover it up. He's got that John Travolta chin looking thing going on. I don't know. When you squeeze it together, it looks like a butt. I swear. It's hilarious. Anyways, congratulations, Ryan, on your butt crack tortoise. Next up, Texoticas. Exoticas? I feel like these things should be broken up into how you pronunciate it. Like, in the dictionary you got the word and you got the pronunciation. Because these things are freaking ridiculous, these titles, these names. Anyways, he says he had a giant pixie frog named Slimer, like the fat ghost from Ghostbusters, and a caiman lizard named Tropicana. Another name for a fat ghost. Could have been inbred Ned. You see how pale that kid is? Holy cow. That would have been good. Inbred Ned for a pixie frog. You agree? Shake the camera, yes. Very good. Next up, Reptile Lover 14. I'm naming my new Russian tortoise Kitty, but I might also go with Mr. More Powerful Than Superman, the Hulk, Batman, and Robin put together. How's that for original? Good for originality, awesome for stupidity. Congratulations on your egg tray and the ridiculously stupidly long name. I can put those words together because I'm Moody Booty and I can do whatever I want. Anyways, and of course our loser of the week, because you guys never fail to provide us with one of those, is Warner Robinson. He says he named his bearded dragon Puff the Magic Bearded Dragon because, well, you know, a bearded dragon likes his greens. Greens in quotation. Reason why you're a loser is because I personally, next to ball python innuendos, which are getting horribly stupid, I can't stand drug innuendos either. It's just like, why don't you just come out there and name your bearded dragon like Pothead the Bearded Dragon or something, if that's what you're gonna try and, you know, put in there. I don't get it. I think it's stupid. But evidently you like your bearded dragon Puff, and you obviously like your greens too. So that being said, you lose, sucker. I'm done. I've got nothing else. I've been working hard here at the new facility, especially me in my comfy chair and my beautiful desk. Guys, make sure you send that kid Alex your information if you're the winners, and if you're the loser, sulk in the corner and cry. I don't care. Adios, amigos. It's for all my soccer fans out there that are enjoying the World Cup right now. Because honestly, if you're a good team, you probably understood that. If you didn't understand what language that was, it's probably because your team and country was a bad team. Just saying. You can't argue reality here, guys. Go USA.
It is B, the wood frog. Alright, it can tuck itself in, grabs in water, lets itself freeze, cutting off kidney function, heartbeats, and lungs. It will freeze for the entire winter. It's the wood frog, guys.
That's 20 Minutes Underground. Thank you so much for watching. We're glad you guys can stop by. As always, if you see anything on the show that you like, chances are it might be for sale. Always also remember, if you're looking for something specifically, you could send us your requests and we can get them for you. Remember, don't listen to haters. They're full of crap. But free crap is good. So if you answer this week's question of the week properly or rightly or bestestly, you get free crap, and free crap's good. This week we're giving away, doesn't matter, it's free. If it's free, don't complain. Because you get what you get. And you don't get upset. Right?
Gay!
We are very pro-gay at this show. That's why we hire that, listen, don't tell anybody, okay? We don't want him to know, because he doesn't even watch his own show. But that Moody Booty, we celebrate his LGBT heritage. We do. We celebrate it. Thank you guys for watching. Oh, this week's question of the week is, what is the season of your babies where you are? For us, here in Florida, it's summer. Summer's when all the babies are born. Where are you from and what babies are produced that time of the year? Like if you go up to upstate New York, during the October, November, that's when the baby red F's are all coming out of the water. That's the greatest season for me up there. So what is the animal and what is the season where you are from? We want to know when the babies are born in yours. Best three answers, free crap. Thanks for watching and pray for Moody.